So if you're a chosen one, you're going to start getting used to being rejected. You're going to be rejected. It is going to happen pre-awakening. Actually, it has been happening most part of your life. But then post-awakening, it's going to become more obvious. You're going to actually surely see this in broad daylight, that you're being rejected. And I've usually told you guys something, that this so-called rejection is for your own good. Rejection is for your own good. There is some people that they do not deserve your energy. There is certain people, they do not even have to be around you, because those people, they carry a very low vibrational energy. They carry a very low vibrational energy, and they're not supposed to be around you. So most of the times, the reason as to why you see sometimes you're walking into places and people all of a sudden they go quiet. They've been talking, and then they notice you are coming around, everybody goes quiet. Sometimes you might enter the bus or enter the train or public transport, and you sit in a certain place, only for you to see these individuals, these particular guys. They are getting up and they're walking away. They wake up, they get up and walk away. The moment you enter the train, I don't know, you guys who are using public transport, the moment you enter this train or whatever, this bus, somebody just stands up and walks away, and you have not even done anything. When you're a chosen person, you do not have to talk. You do not have to say anything. You don't have to shout. You don't have to scream. A person just happens to appear to be in your presence, they will kick off. The energy of a chosen one is very mysterious energy. It's a very mysterious energy. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It's not everybody has got this particular anointing on their lives. Not everybody has got this. And sometimes the people are rejecting you, they are even sometimes feeling like you have got this thing about you they don't understand. You know what I mean? They are trying to, who is this guy? Who is this woman? Who is this man? Who is they are trying to figure you out. Even from a young age, they have been trying to understand you. They cannot understand you. It is that energy with the chosen person that you cannot understand. You will notice that everywhere you have been, people have been trying to understand you and they couldn't. The people have been trying to figure you out. What are you all about? How do you move? We've been talking about all these stalkings, the way these individuals come around and start stalking you and walk, wherever you go, they are following you, they are checking what you're doing on social media, they are trying to figure you out. Ladies and gentlemen, they are going to do this secretly. They will not come and tell you this, but they are going to do it secretly. But they are going to notice they cannot figure you out. When they think that, okay, so normally I see him moving like this, this is the road he takes, that is the kind of food he buys, that's the kind of food he eats, those are the kind of dresses he uses. The next day you come around and you're dressed differently. Sometimes they may come around and they know where you live, so sometimes they come around and they pull out something of your car engine. I'm just giving you an example. They pull out something on your car engine or out of your car engine, and the next day, even without you being there, you are not there, so they come around and played around with your engine. The next day you hear that they have been arrested, or the next day you hear that they have even passed on. Let me tell you something about chosen people. Almost 80%, if not more, of the people that you meet on a daily basis, they're not on your frequency. Not everybody is chosen, They are not on your frequency. They want to be, but they are not. And wherever you engage those kind of individuals, they start to kick off. They start to kick off, ladies and gentlemen. It might have been not on a very big scale, like let's say in the pre-awakening, before your awakening and everything. It couldn't have been on a very big scale, because you may have even sometime, you have managed to, of course, get into some relationships. Of course, we already know that chosen people, they usually experience a lot of very toxic relationships with, a lot of these toxic people. But at least, in one way or the other, you were able to, get into some kind of a relationship, one way or the other. Ladies and gentlemen, post-awakening is game over. Those things of dating, post-awakening, ladies and gentlemen, is game over. The girls will talk to the guys will talk to the girls, and then they'll run off. You're not going to see them anywhere. They'll just run off, you know. Hey, how's everything? Oh, you know, this and this. Oh, I've been seeing you around here. Do you live in this neighborhood? Yeah, okay, I live around here. And then the next day they are gone. Only for them to meet you. Maybe they're seeing you like you're coming from the other side, and they're going to turn left. They cannot even handle to be around you. Now, chosen people, you need to understand something, that rejection is for your protection. Any moment you try to get, even if it's a date, even if it's a friend, even if it's a job, sometimes you'll even be rejected in your jobs. You may sometimes go around, there is 100 CVs have been handed over to that company. And the next day somebody will tell you that they found your CV thrown in the trash. They did not even want to look at your CV. So that's the chosen person's life, you know what I mean? You have not done anything. Even those companies, they don't even know you. They don't even know where you live. They don't know anything about you, but they're going to reject you. So rejection is for your protection. Anytime and moment you feel that you're being rejected for some reason, you have got to know that the universe doesn't want you to be in that place. If it's a place you've been rejected, it means the universe does not want you to be in that place. If it's a person that has rejected you, you have got to know the universe does not want that person to be around you. There is something off with those individuals, and they're not supposed to be around you, you know. So you need to allow them to go. Sometimes the universe is pushing them away. This rejection is, is like God working behind the scenes, pushing people away from you, you know, because for some reason God knows that they are going to drag you towards a direction that you don't want to go or you don't want to be. So sometimes the universe is pushing these people away from you. Or sometimes you're the one even pushing them away because you recognize their energy, and sometimes you're going to cut them off out of your life. You know what I mean? So it always happens like that with chosen people. The rejection has happened for the most part of your life as well. For you guys who have been the black sheep in the family, you already know what we're talking about here. You've been in those families, and then of course your family members, they're all after you. They're after you 24/7. They don't like anything you do. They don't want you to speak. They don't like anything you say. You know, there's a reason behind all these things. You know, you couldn't fit in. You always felt like when you're with these individuals, most of the times you were the outcast. So you are struggling to do things that everybody else was doing, you know, of course, in that unit. Everybody else was doing. You could not do the same thing that everybody else was doing in that unit. You noticed that you wanted to do things differently, and most of the times for you to fit in was a problem. So you are the outcast in the family. You are the reason why they call you the black sheep, because you are different. You know, you're not like everybody else. You're not like your family members. And sometimes it's very frustrating, you know, especially in the early days of your journey. It's very frustrating because you don't know why you don't like booze, for example. Your brothers are people want to spend time in the bars. Some of them are doing this, some of them are doing that. You're not a part of it. You know what I mean? You have got your own challenges, because I'm not saying that always because you're chosen. Your life has been perfect all along. No. You have always had one or two, you know, challenges in your life, even three or four. You know, even addictions. Chosen people have got a lot of addictions. You know what I mean? There are people who have addictions, and even they are aware of these addictions. They are working on it. You know what I mean? Because a chosen person is like a person who is like a work in progress. You are every day trying to work on yourself. You are not even trying. You are doing the work. You know what I mean? You're working on yourself. So you have been having a lot of problems in your schools. Some people messed up in school, so the teacher came around, or the leaders of those schools came around, the principals. They asked who messed up. You are not even the one who messed up. They pointed the fingers at you. So the life of a chosen one, when you're talking about chosen people, that is what happens most of the times. You know, rejection is normally part of your life, your lifestyle. I can say it like this: it's a part of your lifestyle. It has always happened. But you see, as you awaken, you will you start to see the universe now has opened your eyes. So now you're going to have this. It's like a sixth sense. You know, you have got this awakening which is showing you through the veil. You know, I remember I had a very big what can I call it? I had a very big was it like a shock? I was very shocked to find out that I was the black sheep of my family. You know what I mean? There could have been some other black sheep here and there, but when I discovered that I was the black sheep, this thing awakened me to a whole new level. I was like, wow, I finally understand what has been happening all this time. I would finally understand that, okay, now I understand why things have been happening the way they did. People start to be exposed, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, it's unbelievable. It's beyond your imagination. The way people start to get exposed the moment you awaken, it's going to be beyond your imagination. You've never seen this before. I remember doing a video about the second awakening back in the days. It's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. I could see the real gaslighting that has always been happening my entire life. I could now understand what gaslighting was, you know? People trying to push you in the corner and showing you that you're crazy. You're crazy, you know, you should go out there and seek for help. Go and seek for professional help. And there's nothing wrong with you, you know what I mean? You know deeply there's nothing wrong with you, but there's people who are forcing this subconscious thing in your head that you're crazy. They want you to accept this mindset that you're crazy. You know what I mean? Then now you're starting to see this gaslighting happening. And then you're thinking that, oh, my father said that I was crazy. Maybe the dad was right. Or maybe it could be probably you're crazy, you know? So now you're trying to run around and see if you can go for, you know, to see these therapists and all these kind of things. And there's nothing wrong with you, ladies and gentlemen. It's just because you're living with these very highly demonically possessed people, and they cannot stand your swagger, they cannot stand your spirit, they cannot stand your light, they cannot stand your truth, they cannot stand your authenticity. They know there is something that within you that they can't understand. So they have to make you believe that you are insane. You know, it's like they have got to make you believe that you are insane. So it's what those people do most of the times. There's nothing wrong with you, chosen ones. Your parents only reject you because they feel you're not like the other members of the family. So it's what I've told you guys most of the times. Do not take these things personal, you know. When you come to that sense of healing, you know, at some point, of course, along your journey, you've been doing all this work, of course. You have allowed the healing to happen. And now you understand that these things are not supposed to be taken personal. Just understand where these people are coming from. They simply do not understand you. And the more you explain to them what is going on, the more confusing it gets for them. You're making their head spin, you know. Very complicated and difficult to figure you out as a chosen one. They can't. They're waiting for you at point A because they believe that's how you move. So they have already set all these traps for you. You come out from point B. They think that, oh, this guy is used to wearing dresses like this, or he's used to wearing the shirt like that, the shoes like this. Sometimes they're even going around trying even to copy your dresses, your dress code. And the next day you come around and you dress differently. And then they try to copy that one, then you change it again. So it's like your life is like... because the chosen one is a person who is abundantly blessed with a lot of things. They are naturally and spiritually gifted in so many ways. They know how to use their minds every single day. Every single day they have got something going on in their lives. They have got something to say. They have got something to do. They have got a different food to eat. They have got a different dress code. different speeches, different engagements with people, you cannot figure these things out. So this is what brings about the rejection. So they refuse to so what they're doing now, they're refusing to it was brings about the rejection, because the people, they refuse to be a part of something they do not understand. They refuse to be a part of something they cannot figure out, something which is making their head spin. You know, did you know sometimes even you can date let me say, for example, I can give a clear sign of how this rejection comes about. You know, so did you know that sometimes you can even maybe, let's say you've been approached by a woman or a man, vice versa, whatever. And let's say these people, they wanted to go with you on the dates, maybe, you know, let's date together, maybe let's be friends, or the things like that. And sometimes you're like, okay, you're a nice person, you know, I fully appreciate you and everything, but you know, in this moment, it's like I'm going through so much things. I'm working on myself. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because sometimes you don't feel like you're in a hurry about anything. You're not in a hurry for dates. You're not in a hurry for this. You're not in a hurry. You're not even in a hurry for jobs. You know. Because you know that there's so many jobs you cannot do. And then afterwards, in that incident, those guys are going to turn around and they are going to all of a sudden flip. The switch is going to flip 180 degrees. Yesterday they were completely nice, but because it was like you couldn't carry on or engage in the way they wanted you to, because maybe sometimes they wanted to date with you or things like that. But for some reason, you told them that, okay, maybe you need some more time. You're working on a few things. You need some time to work on yourself. You know, you're not in a, you know. All of a sudden, they're going to flip. They are going to flip the switch 180 degrees. Oh, I don't know what is wrong with that person. Who do they think they are? And this and this and this. You'll see it along your journey, chosen ones. You think this thing I'm talking about myths. Sometimes you will see people, you could have been the one who have rejected them, probably. Not in a bad way. You have just like stood back and just maybe told some people that, well, you're not in position to date, or you don't want to meet. Let me say, for example, you don't want to meet because you're working on a project, so you don't want to go to the party with them. You don't want to, you know, things like that. The people, they are going to get very, very pissed about you. It is going to piss them off, and they're going to start talking a lot of crap about you. Very negative crap, because they do not understand why did you say the things you said, or why did you decide to move that way. They don't understand anything. They cannot get it, you know. I asked those people to go with me yesterday. Oh, can you believe that I asked that person to go with me yesterday somewhere, or to do something, or invited them to my birthday. They didn't come. They don't even understand why he didn't come, and they're going to get pissed off, and they're going to talk a lot of crap about you. So chosen people, just understand in this video that your life has always been mysterious. You've always been different. You've always been the outcast. You've always been the one who has been going left when everybody was going right. But it is going to become even more obvious post-awakening, because now you're going to start to see this warfare that you've been fighting behind the scenes that you didn't even know about. And that's when you're going to know. Me, I've told you guys many times, ladies and gentlemen, you are protected. When I say you're protected, ladies and gentlemen, I know what I'm talking about. There is nothing for you to worry about. The moment you start to get into that space of, you know, healing, you're going to know Desamos told us that we are protected, and you're going to believe what I'm talking about. There is nothing for you to worry about. Everything is happening for you. There is nothing happening to you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are going to come to this awareness at some point that everything is happening and has always been happening for you. Nothing has been happening to you. So rejection, all in all, is for your protection. There is a spiritual blockage that God is putting in place, that they don't want some people to get engaged with you, because those people, the universe can already see the frequency and vibration they are on at that moment. So the universe does not want them to be with you. That is the reason as to why when you meet them, for you may not know this, because there's a lot of things which happen that we don't even know about. You do not know this, but God already sees these people, and God already knows who they are. So sometimes when you meet them, you talk with them, they're going to move left, or sometimes they may move right. It is for your protection. Everything is happening for you. I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. So don't chase nothing. Don't chase nothing, chosen ones. Do not chase nothing. Do not chase jobs. Do not chase relationships. Do not chase friendships. Don't beg anybody to be with you. The ones who are supposed to be with you, they will just gravitate naturally towards you. Without effort. You're supposed to be doing things effortlessly. Everything you need is going to gravitate towards you at the right time. So do not force anything. So of course, I want to let you guys know that, of course, I offer sessions. If you're a chosen one, you're going through some stuff, you need clarity, book a session with me. We shall talk about a lot of things about your own situation. I do always love and appreciate your support. You may always donate if you want to. The links you need, Cashapp and PayPal, they are all in the description section below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's Amos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.